Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 54, Text 41. Let me share. You can see the words, right? Rajyasya bhumirvittasya striyo manasya tejasaha manino nyayasva heto srimadandha Shipantihi. Word for word meaning. Rajasya of kingdom, Bhume of land, Vittasya of wealth, Striya of a woman, Manasya of honor, Tejasaha of power, Maninaha those who are proud, Anyasya of something else, Va or Heto for the reason, Sri in their opulence, Mada by their intoxication, Andaha blinded, Chipanti they commit insult, he indeed. Translation and purport. Translation again Balram addressed Krishna. Blinded by conceit with their personal opulences, proud men offend others. For the sake of such things as kingdom, land, wealth, women, honor, and power. Purport. Lord Krishna was originally meant to marry Rukmini. All along this was the best arrangement for all concerned. And yet, from the beginning, Rukmini had maliciously opposed this beautiful arrangement. When his sister's desire was finally fulfilled and she was taken by Krishna, he viciously attacked the Lord with vulgar insults and mortal weapons. In return, Lord Krishna tied him up and partially clipped his hair and mustache. While certainly humiliating for a puffed up prince like Rukmi, his punishment was a mere slap on the wrist, considering what he had done. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I seek blessings from Adi Purush Prabhu and all assembled devotees here to bless me on this auspicious day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, Gaur Purnima. We'll speak on Mahaprabhu also. But here in this verse, Balram is telling how, because of the proud men, they offend others. Generally, pride comes before fall. So here Rukmini has been arranged. Everybody had known from childhood Rukmini always worshipped Lord Krishna, and she wanted Krishna to be her husband. And that's a known fact for everyone concerned. But because Narada Muni, when Rukmini is first child, Narada Muni came to Rukmini's place and always glorified about Krishna. Since that day onwards, Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna. That's a known fact. Everybody knows, even Krishna side knows, Rukmini side knows, everybody. But somehow, Rukmini's brother, Rukmi, he is envious of Krishna because he have bad association. His friends are all Shishupal and Jarasandha and all his friends are all bad association. So he wanted Shishupal to get married. So we have seen that in previous verses. So he was very proud because of his wrong association and does not recognize the Supreme Lord and desire of his own sister. So now Krishna has punished Rukmini, and then Balram is, because Rukmini is still, as a kind-hearted devotee, she felt pain seeing the condition of her brother. So she is like kind of in a sorrow state, and Balram is pacifying her. So that's the essence of the verse today, that how he's telling that it's because of the pride, some people offend. But purport, disciples of Prabhupada mentioning how, considering what Rukmi has done, that is, he almost wanted to kill Krishna and Balram and their armies. So Krishna just removed bit of hair from his head and mustache, and then he left him, he freed him. So it's like a slap on the wrist, because he is related to Rukmini. So Krishna sees that even if he's offender, great offender, because he is related to his devotee or his Rukmini, and Rukmini is wishing well for him. So that's what we should have, that if devotees are wishing well for us, always, then Krishna, even if knowingly, unknowingly we have done offenses, Krishna, we have some hope for that, because at least devotees are praying for us, or they are wishing well for us. So it's always important that the devotees, we are always very friendly and not commit offenses. So that's from this verse. And today, being the very auspicious day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I want to discuss on Mahaprabhu. Permission, call your permission. We have whatever time we have left, right? So as we know, today is the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appeared in the year 1486 on a lunar eclipse day, that is today. Incidentally, tonight also we have lunar eclipse. Yeah. So today is lunar eclipse tonight. So Mahaprabhu appeared in the similar situation in the land of Navadvip in West Bengal, India. So there are so many places Mahaprabhu's appearance has been predicted before Mahaprabhu appeared. So Mahaprabhu appeared just like 1486, that is like more than 500 years, 550 years, almost like that. So Mahaprabhu's appearance has been predicted in many places, but still Mahaprabhu is not known widely as the Supreme Lord's incarnation, because he appeared in a hidden form. He is called Channa Avatar, a hidden incarnation. But one very vivid example of where his prediction is in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 2nd verse. This verse says, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangarsha Parshadam Yagnair Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Sumedasaha. Translation: in this age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So this is a beautiful verse. We'll just read the first paragraph of purport. The same verse is quoted by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, chapter 3, verse 52. During the C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has given following commentary on this verse. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained this verse in his commentary on the Bhagavatam, known as the Krama Sandarbha, wherein he says that Lord Krishna also appears with a golden complexion. That golden Lord Krishna is Lord Chaitanya, who is worshipped by the intelligent men in this age. That is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam by Garga Muni who had said that although the child Krishna was blackish, he also appears in 3 other colors: red, white, and yellow. He exhibited his white and red complexions in the Satya and Treta ages, respectively. He did not exhibit the remaining color, yellow gold, until he appeared as Lord Chaitanya, who is known as Gaurahari. So, this Mahaprabhu's appearance is in many scriptures. It is already revealed in other Samhitas and Puranas also. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, we find in 2 places. One is this place here, and like in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that Gargamuni, when he's giving name giving ceremony of Krishna, he mentioned how Krishna appears in different forms, in different colors. So one is golden form, it's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appeared. The reason for his appearance are many. There are internal and external reasons. External reason is he is the Yuga avatar. He is so like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhuna vinachaya sadhuskrutam dharma samsartanaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So he's telling that to protect my devotees and to annihilate the demons, I appear in every age, in every millennium. So he appeared in Kali Yuga to establish dharma, the dharma of chanting the holy names. So we'll come to that. That's the external reason that why he appeared is as an Yuga avatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The internal reason is, so Krishna appeared in Dwapara Leela, and then we see that he performs wonderful pastimes with the cowherd boys and cowherd, with all the cowherd people, cowherd village, everyone in the village. So with Mother Yashoda, he has very beautiful relation. He has performed many pastimes, like how with Mother Yashoda, he's always like a child, and Mother Yashoda is always protecting Krishna. So when there is a loud thunder, with the raining and thunder, Krishna would come running to Mother Yashoda and would hide in her lap. So that Krishna sees that he's fearful of the thunder, and Mother Yashoda is taking care of him. So he has wonders like that. He has so many pastimes with Mother Yashoda and also with other cowherd boys. So here Krishna has this loving reciprocation with his devotees. Krishna is reciprocating with his devotees' love in the form of Bhagavan, the form of the Lord. So in the loving reciprocation, you have 2 persons, right? So here Krishna and his devotees. But Krishna as a Supreme Lord, he's reciprocating with his devotees in Krishna Leela. He's enjoying the rasa, he's enjoying the love of his devotees, but as the Supreme Lord. So the devotees, they are completely loving Krishna, and their love is greater than Krishna because they are fully dependent on Krishna and they don't care. Krishna has to worry about their protection, like all the cowherd boys. They just all walked into the mouth of Aghasura, demon. They didn't worry. They are just, oh, Krishna is there, he'll take care. We just want to go and, this is nice, we can go and play inside the big cave of the mountain. But it's a demon. They were knowing it's a demon because bad smell was coming, but still they just left. They went because Krishna will take care. So Krishna is reciprocating lovingly with his devotees, but at the same time, he's also has to worry about them. So in this pastime, so if you see in this, so devotees are relishing more than Krishna. Krishna not only has to love his devotees and all, at the same time he is worrying about them. When Indra came, the whole Brajabhumi he wanted to indate, but Krishna is protecting them by lifting Govardhan hill. like that. So Krishna felt that even gopis would control Krishna, all the gopis. So Krishna felt that, oh, my devotees relish more than me. They don't have to worry about anything. All this, they just love me. They just loving me. I want to relish like the same way, not as the Supreme Lord, but as a devotee. So he had this one goal for Krishna Lila and Krishna Lila, that I want to relish like my devotees, this loving the love the Lord. That can be possible only when I become a devotee, he thought. Lord Krishna. That's one goal. The second goal is Krishna like Krishna comes as a Yuga avatar in Dwapar Yuga to establish the Dharma. And he gave Bhagavad Gita. To, like he says, that Imam Rajarsha Viduhu. So how in 4th chapter he says, how he gave this knowledge to Vivaswan, it's lost, now I'm giving it to you. Arjuna, he's telling that. So he is coming to give the thought to preach or to establish dharma in the form of his instructions. So that's Krishna has that. So in Kali Yuga also, when Krishna comes, so he wanted to relish as a devotee, love for Lord, and also to preach as a Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga. So he wants to establish the Dharma. So to accomplish these two goals, Mahaprabhu comes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as his devotee, and especially wants to relish the devotee mood of Radharani. She's the supreme topmost devotee. So he wants to relish in the mood of Radharani. So he comes in the golden complexion of Srimati Radharani. He takes the form or the color of Srimati Radharani, and he appears in this world. And then now he wants to accomplish both. As a devotee, he wants to relish Krishna's love and to preach or to establish dharma. So he accomplishes these two goals by the chanting of the holy names. By chanting of the holy names, he relishes Krishna's love. By chanting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed by his example how by chanting the Krishna's holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting this Maha Mantra, he established how one can relish that love for Krishna as a devotee. So he would always chant. When he appeared, it was lunar eclipse. He made everybody chant, because lunar eclipse, according to astrology, is considered inauspicious. So at that time in Navadvip, at the time of the eclipse, when Mahaprabhu appeared in the night, so the Prakriti, material nature, thought that when Gaura Chandra, the full moon of Lord Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appearing, why we need this normal moon, which we see every day. So the moon was eclipsed, and then Mahaprabhu appeared, and then everyone in Navadvip, they were bathing near the Ganges, on the bank of Ganges, and they were all chanting the holy names, Hari Hari. Some were chanting with devotion, some were chanting because so many people are chanting with just to make fun, but everybody was chanting. Even Muslims were chanting. So Mahaprabhu made everyone to chant Holy Hari's name. When he appeared. So like that, we see that as a Nimai Pandit, first he exhibited as a scholar, his pastimes. Then he just started chanting the holy names. After he took sannyas, he went to South India. In his South Indian travels, every village he would go and just chant the holy names. By seeing him, everyone in that village or everyone who sees him would chant automatically, would tears flow from their eyes, and they would get inundated by seeing Mahaprabhu chanting the holy names with his long hands raised, and he was chanting the holy names. And then everybody would just get immersed in the love of God, and they would chant, and then they would go, by seeing them, others would chant. It's like chain reaction. Please. They would go to another place chanting the holy names, and seeing those persons, others would take up chanting. So like that, he inspired everyone to chant the holy names in his South Indian travel. So wherever he went, and then so he's relishing like that love of God, and then he have distributed that freely, that love of God which he's relishing, holy names. So simultaneously with this chanting of the holy name, he accomplished both. That is to relish the love of God and to establish the dharma. So establish dharma means so everyone became devotees, chanting the holy names. So that's what dharma means. That is to connect us to the Lord. To Lord, dharma means, Prabhupada explains, our eternal position. Our eternal position is to be servant of Lord. To serve the Lord, the servant of servant. So by chanting the holy name, one can automatically get connected to Lord, and he also gets to relish the love of Lord God as a devotee. So that's the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is to establish this chanting of the holy names far and wide. And then while he is performing his pastimes, he didn't give much teachings. He just wrote Shikshashtakam, the 8 verses we sing, Shikshashtakam prayers. But he asked his disciples, headed by Rupa Goswami, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So he gave them the teachings, and they compiled many scriptures. From the scripture, they compiled many books. And we have like Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction. There are so many. There are so many books they have compiled. Who has established this? How this chanting of the holy name is the supreme occupational duty of every living entity, and how it gives the love of God. So very detailedly, the Goswamis, his followers have established about this Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, and the chanting of the holy names. So that has been carried on by further disciples of disciples. This is in a chain of disciplic succession, and established Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy and this his way of worshipping Lord, and which is brought by Srila Prabhupada to America, to the Western world, which was only before Prabhupada only it was limited to India, and now it is available all over the world. So this opportunity to relish Krishna's holy names and to establish in our dharma. So one small pastime I will say about Mahaprabhu, and then I'll stop to have more discussion. So when Mahaprabhu is as a Nimai Pandit in Navadvip, he is like a scholar, and sometimes he's very arrogant too. He's not exhibited his form as a devotee until he met his spiritual master, Ishwarapuri. Because Mahaprabhu wants to establish that without spiritual master, one cannot achieve Krishna. So before that, he would be just an arrogant scholar. He would do his pastimes like that. So once he went to one astrologer was there in Navadvip. So this astrologer would read a person and would see a person and say what he was or she was in their previous life. So at that time, previously, astrology is a very common thing. Everybody would know, like how we learn math and science nowadays and language. So like that, one of the subject matter everybody would learn in schools at that time is astrology. So they would know what day it is today, and where the moon's position is, sun's position is, and all that. That's a common thing everybody knows. But only few would know who would go deeper in astrology to tell about one's life and previous life like that. So this astrologer is like that, and he's a very simple person. So they would give this knowledge, astrology, and then Ayurveda, the medicine freely distribute at the time. This astrologer would see a person and say what he would want into his life. So Nimai, Mahaprabhu went to this astrologer and said, "Please tell me who I was in previous life." And this astrologer closes his eyes and chants the Gopala mantra. has this mantra. So when he chants the mantra, he can see who the person in front of him was in previous life. So he chants this Gopala and he sees that he sees Krishna performing his pastimes in Vrindavan as cowherd boy. He's taking care of the cows and his gopis is playing, he's dancing, and then as you know, we see as he's establishing Dwaraka, and then he's marrying Rukmini, and all that he's seeing, and he thinks something wrong with chanting this. This Gopal, this Ashtraj opens his eyes, and then in front of him, Nimai is smiling. Did you see who I am in previous life? Then this astrologer gets confused. He says again, wait a minute. He again closes his eyes and chants the Gopal mantra. Chanting his Gopal mantra. And then now he sees in front of him a Kshatriya with his bow and arrow. Now how he and his brother and his wife are going in the forest, and as Lord Ram, he's seeing all Lord Ram's pastimes.
Wow.
And he again confused this astrologer. Then he says, again he closes his eyes later, he opens his eyes and sees, get confused, and then he says again he says, wait. And then he again closes his eyes, and then again chants Gopala mantra. Now he sees Lord Narsinghadev coming out of the pillar and then killing Hiranyakashipu and protecting Prahlad. And he gets confused. Again he opens his eyes and again closes, again chants. Now he's seeing Varahadev lifting the earth. And then he sees all incarnations like this Matsya, Kurma, Vara, and then long time Nimai is asking, what happened? Ashtra, you got confused. Are you not seeing who I am? This astrologer really gets confused. Because nobody knew at that time Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord. He's like an ordinary child. He's coming in front. And then this astrologer says, Nimai, you do one thing. You come back tomorrow. Tonight, I'll be awake whole night and chant my Gopala mantra, and then I'll see your previous life properly. Somehow, I'm not able to see it. And then Nimai asks, did you see me as a cowherd boy? Was I taking care of cows in your meditation? I like to be a cowherd boy. I think I am. In previous life, I was a cowherd boy. Krishna makes a joke like that and he goes. So Vrindavan Das Thakur explains this in Caitanya Bhagavat. But he doesn't explain next day what happened. Next day Nimai came and what happened. So like that, Nimai does so many pastimes. So we don't have time. So we have been told to give some time for discussion. So we have 15 minutes for discussion. So anyone has anything? Yes. Adipurush Prabhu has.
But we know Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is no ordinary personality. And the whole of creation is a witness to that. Just like you were saying how when he appeared there was the eclipse. And 2 years ago I was going across the Manhattan Bridge. And the bridge actually goes about 25 stories in the air above the water. It's very, very tall. And you're out over the river, so you can see the horizon. And I was going over there just at sunset on Gaur Purnima. And the sun was going down right on the horizon, and the full moon was coming up on the opposite horizon. Like it says, Lord Chaitanya and Lord appear like the sun and moon simultaneously on the horizon of Gaudiya to wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. I was astounded to see that. The whole witnessing of the sun and the moon, which is so monstrous and extraordinarily wonderful, and both of them simultaneously on the horizon. So I was thinking we should do Harinam going across the Manhattan Bridge tonight at the sunset moment, And I can't tell you how I felt to see that. It was very powerful. Anyway, just one small
Thank you for sharing.
contribution. Glory to Prabhupada.
Sure.
Can I add?
Yes.
Just this morning, I saw moon setting as sun was rising.
See?
On my way here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lord Chaitanya is in the air. And how they say love is in the air. Lord Chaitanya is in the air. I was when Sundarnath Prabhu was explaining so wonderfully about Lord Chaitanya, I was thinking, this is so nice that the Lord Himself appeared in our realm, in our earthly realm. And what did He do? He introduced chanting and dancing. He didn't introduce hard labor or, I don't know, calculus or algebra. He introduced dancing and chanting and feasting and wonderful philosophies that sets you free. How wonderful is Lord Chaitanya. Thank you, Sundarnath Prabhu. Bhima Prabhu has his hand up. Like Queen Kunti, Bhima Prabhu is throwing his hands up in the air.
That would be Draupadi Prabhu. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, what everybody is saying, I can just say that all kudos that we're so damn lucky. Hold on. Stop that! No kicking. We're so damn sorry for that word. Because that's how I feel. We're so lucky, Kali Yuga is a crazy time. I'm watching crazy horses go to battle with each other here. I got to watch them. Kali Yuga is a crazy time, and we're just so lucky to be able to have this rope of the Maha Mantra to be able to grasp onto. And the simplicity of it all is the fact that we have to feel in our heart a kinchana, poor in spirit. It doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have to have things, but that we realize that Krishna is the owner of all things, and that everything, as much as we can, to be used in remembrance and service to Krishna and the devotees, whatever we can do to put ourselves in the association and the assistance of devotees. And, to be able to just simply grab a simple set of beads and simply chant and pray while we chant, please find something for me to do. Please don't let me forget you, at least just for this day. Please don't let me commit an offense. Please let me always remember how wonderful you are. By virtue of all your signs and wonders, such as the moon and the sun and the grass and the horses and the devotees and the cities and the craziness and the mode of passion and even the humor of the mode of ignorance, to be able to see this all as Krishna's Leela in this sort of loving correction that we get in this world. Prabhupada, I read in a purport this morning that this is the world of work. We have to work here. The demigods do not have to so much work, and the demons are tied up in their own, but here we work. We work for the sake of reminding others. And in doing so, in reminding others, as in this wonderful lecture, morning class from Prabhu, that we ourselves are reminded. So thank you very much, one and all. Hare Krishna, happy Gaur Purnima.
Thank you, Bhima Prabhu. Yeah, this chanting is like this thread of Ariadne, the Greek myth, Minotaur, Theseus, Ariadne. He got through the labyrinth using that thread that Ariadne gave him. So that's chanting for us. And that's morning class for us. Thank you, Sundarnath Prabhu. Anyone has questions, comments, realizations that you'd like to share on Gaur Purnima? This is a very auspicious day. Jeffrey Eckler.
Hare Krishna, good morning. Thank you for this class. I was reflecting on what you were saying about the congregational chanting and how everyone was chanting and taking it with them. And we had just recently talked about Akrura and his trip to Vrindavan. And there's this verse, right before the gopis say their prayers, where it's this 10:39:17. The gopis were frightened at the prospect of even the briefest separation from Lord Mukunda. So now, as they remembered his graceful gait, his pastimes, his affectionate, smiling glances, his heroic deeds, and his joking words, which would relieve their distress, they were beside themselves with anxiety at the thought of the great separation about to come. They gathered in groups and spoke to one another, their faces covered with tears and their minds fully absorbed in Achyuta. And I think that that's so relevant that, we were talking yesterday about it, and then today about the congregational chanting and the coming together in Sangha and the power of that. And it's just how wonderful is God to give us this opportunity every day to come together and relieve our distress together. Thank you for this class today and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey Prabhu. Wonderfully said. It's a blessing that we all can come together and invest all our troubles and fears into the chanting and hearing about Krishna and apply it. It's very practical. Yeah. And it's every day, and it's all we have. Vaisheshika Prabhu says that all we have, the only asset that we have and can use is our attention. And all we have is this one day, the present moment that we can offer to Krishna. If you ask Adipurusha Prabhu when he became a devotee, he'll tell you, I have to become a devotee every moment. This morning I became a devotee. I woke up and decided to be a devotee this morning. Not in 1970 something. It's a day-to-day, moment-to-moment act of surrendering to Krishna and choosing to be with Krishna and to do what's pleasing to him. Okay. Sundarnath Prabhu, I'm sorry, we are overshadowing you. I'm sorry. Please speak, Sundarnath Prabhu. It's your class. You can ask questions if you like.
Can share, Arjuna.
Arjuna Prabhu. Arjuna Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna. Happy Guru Purnima, Arjuna Prabhu.
There's the intellectual understanding of how wonderful Krishna is. And then there's the emotional experience. Krishna reveals himself to us. When we actually are, the heart is moved. And it's not something that we achieve. It's Krishna's mercy upon us. But hearing about it is the beginning. What is it? Some Bandha Abhideya Prayojana. You've heard that? There's the understanding, then there's the process of applying ourselves and reaching out toward that experience. And then there's the actual experience, just like we might hear about prasadam, we might read the menu in the restaurant, but then having dinner is something else. So we're grateful that Krishna is so wonderful that although he's giving us a roadmap and a process and instructions about what to do and what not to do, that actually Krishna reveals himself to us in a powerful way where we actually experience gratitude, love, joy, heart-wrenching, sweet pain, separation. And it's not something just theoretical, academic, intellectual, but Krishna's there for us. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for calling us, coming out, and reaching out to us and instructing us and leading us and showing us by your example that Krishna consciousness is real and is available for everyone. Okay, Hare Krishna. Glories to Prabhupada.
All glories to Prabhupada. Thank you, Adi Prabhu. Gautam Ghosh, you're in Mayapur. How are you celebrating Gora Purnima? You want to share? Oh, unmute yourself.
Yes. Tomorrow is a Dol Jatra here. So I wish to go to maybe Mayapur Dham, maybe. So enjoy the Dol Jatra. It's a very holy day from our Vaishnav community and all over the world. So Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gautam Ghosh Prabhu. So you're going to go there to enjoy, or you're going to go there to serve? It's an important question.
Yes.
To
Sorry,
enjoy,
Prabhu?
to serve. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, Prabhu.
Good. Wonderful. Please pray for us, Gautam Ghosh Prabhu.
Yes.
Take some dust and then put it on your head on our behalf, and we'll reap the benefit of that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call somebody out. Let me see. Okay. Who do we got? In the temple room, can I call out Dasarath? Can you get him to closer? I want to ask him how he's going to celebrate. What are your pledges? What are your commitments for this Gora Purnima, Das Prabhu?
I'm going to try to stay awake for class. A lot of times in Nuvardhavan, a lot of devotees worked so hard, not me, but a lot of devotees there, they were famous for falling asleep.
A little closer to the computer. We can barely hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying, one of the things that Prabhuji said in class was that Lord Caitanya came to preach. I think the other was for the pleasure of the devotees, to protect the
To
devotees.
experience Radharani's love.
Experience Radharani's love. And I had a great experience last night. I was thinking of coming to the flower festival, but I was thinking, there was some Breyer's ice cream in the freezer, and I was making plans to eat. And I said, I'm not going to go because I'm going to go to Gora Purnima the next day, so that's enough. But there's one lady who was staying there for 4 or 5 days at the 8th Avenue hostel. She came in after spending the day she's a women's rights activist. And so she had spent the whole day at these meetings, and she'd been doing it all week, and it just looked like they were torture. So I said, hey, there's this event, and I just told her just in a few minutes what it was on. And I said, are you up for it? She goes, yeah. So we jumped on the train and came over, and she's probably about I'd say she's around 65, and she had never been to a temple. And she's from the UK, and she loved it. She loved the dancing. She loved the flowers. And so, and she actually looked it up, and she lives only a few miles from the Hare Krishna Center in her hometown. She decided to go back. And what she really loved was seeing the devotees having so much fun. And the whole message of how just by giving Krishna a little love is what he really wants. And so that would just remind me how important the preaching is. We actually reach out and share what we have, because this Maha Mantra is, Lord Chaitanya, when he comes, he doesn't come every Kali Yuga. We're very fortunate he's come this one, because we have to take advantage of that. Hare Krishna.
Wow, Das Prabhu, thank you so much. That is so inspiring. Yeah, there's nothing like sharing the joy of the devotees' association with others. There's nothing like it. You're living it with them. Bhima Prabhu?
The clock's going to ring at any second, but I'd like everyone to know that we call Das the Schnack because Krishna always arranges somebody who's right on the edge of meeting the devotees for the first time or engaging in some kind of service, and Das is there to sort of like a riverboat captain. He docks on their side of life and picks them up and brings them over to the devotees. It happens day after day after day. And as far as Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya and Krishna himself are concerned, this is the highest form of service at all, to be able to reach out, grab someone, and help save them from this material ocean and bring them over to such things as a flower festival, something they never will forget, and the joy of the devotees dancing and realizing and sharing the treasure that is this Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much, Das. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Das Prabhu. Okay, is the darshan time coming?
We are doing Guru Puja first.
Okay. So then we can wrap it up. Sundarnath Prabhu, thank you very much for the wonderful class, wonderful elaboration of Lord Chaitanya. Thanks everyone for participating in this class so nicely. Happy Gaura Purnim, chant dance feast for Krishna. Grab somebody, bring them to the temple. Let them experience what you have experienced. Don't be selfish. Lord Chaitanya ki jai. Hare Krishna.